A lot from the Sim Racing Expo, some from the LMU update, and many other sim racing news right here, right now. This video is dedicated to the memory of Dame Maggie Smith, 6-time nominated and twice awarded the Oscar trademark, a Tony, BAFTA, Emmy, and whatever else. Madam Dame, thank you for your art. Greetings, Romy. You're watching Rom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and a regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe, and even more, our patrons. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. This is going to be a short video because there's no big news out there other than the release of Le Mans Ultimate with an update. We talked extensively last week about that one, and this week we're talking about the update specifically. But some companies that are going to be at the Sim Racing Expo have been telling us their secrets, and some of them we are allowed to share, like we did last week with SimRep. Check the link up there. So those and a ton of short news with hot fixes, updates and rumors are enough to make a video. Here we go. After SimRep spilled some of the beans of what you will be able to see and test at the Sim Racing Expo this year, we got more information from different companies. Italian company 3D Wrap produced aftermarket enhancements for a lot of common market products from Fanatec, Logitech, Moza, Thrustmaster and so on. And on the Sim Racing Expo they'll showcase a driving rig specially designed for disabled sim racers, which they have developed together with Sim Factory. The rig is wheelchair accessible, can be driven with a hand controller for throttle and brake control, and will use 3D Wrap's own Vota wheel. We'll have more to show and tell after the Sim Racing Expo, where we will test the rig and talk to the company extensively. German company Bavarian SimTech will not only bring the Alpha wheel to the SRE, but they will release 2 further wheels and not nearer specified further sim racing products, which they plan to show at the SRE. Track Time will bring a rig prototype with some cool new thingamabobs, which they will only disclose at the Sim Racing Expo, and sibling company Asher will bring an interesting enhancement of an existing product which they have asked us not to talk about until the week of the Expo, but which you will be able to see and test at the Expo. All very secret, sorry. Slovenian company MME will bring a new version of their H+ sequential pattern, a sequential shifter for sim racing that uses a real-life sequential mechanism and their handbrake unit. Also, they will have a real-life sequential unit on site that will react to paddle shifts so visitors can see how shifting looks like in real life. Dutch company SimLab will be showcasing not only their already extensive line of products, but will also showcase their newest Mercedes-AMG Formula 1 sim racing steering wheel. SimoCube have been teasing us for the past weeks that they'll have something new at the Expo, but we have not been able to pry the information from them. Oh well, we'll do so later at the Expo. Rennsport can now be downloaded from Steam, as it was until now from the Epic Game Store. It's an open beta there too, of course. No DLCs to be bought there, as anything you'd buy on Rennsport you'd buy from Rennsport itself. Race Room released a patch this week with tons of AI improvements, small tweaks to lots of tracks and graphics, and sound improvements for many cars. AC Evo can be now wishlisted on Steam and has its own proper Steam page, and not much more. Sure, they still give the release date as 2024, but the release date has already been moved twice, the second time without any explanation, so we'll see when it comes out at all. Reportedly, but we have not been able to confirm nor deny the rumor, the release has been moved to January next year, about a year late based on their first announced release date. By the way, let's not forget it's a release date for an early access version, like they did for Assetto Corsa Competizione, and if I remember correctly, also for Assetto Corsa. So this is not some wild occurrence by Kunos. Oh yeah, and they're dropping a trailer tomorrow, and YouTube has already gone bonkers reacting to a video that isn't there because... YouTube? Happy clickbait. SnowRunner started season 14, where you have to renovate a castle before a fair takes place on it. Nice idea, a change of concept from the other doom and gloom scenarios. Another one with a hotfix is BeamNG, a hotfix to their big update last week, see the link up there, with some fixes to the vehicles, many fixes to the road architect tool and other assorted small, quick fixes. And we close our short news with yet another hotfix, this time in iRacing. The developers have fixed an issue in forecasted weather mode, which also fixes the spotters calling out weather changes incorrectly. Some graphics issues have been corrected, one especially where sun flares on raindrop on windshields would be very extreme. Raindrop on windshield... No, let's not go there. The brake bias has been changed slightly in the Lotus 49. Many physics updates being done to the McLaren 720S GT3 Evo, and the damage model has been corrected in the NASCAR Cup Series Toyota Camry. Water drains have been added to Watkins Glen, the slowdown penalty at the bus stop in Daytona has been relaxed a bit, and the safe entry rule at the Hockenheim Ring has been tightened. We think it's safe to say that if you drive either of SCS truck simulators, you are somewhat interested in trucks. And if you ever thought about learning to drive those big monsters, I stopped at 4.5 tons, 12 tons were just too scary for me, they have something for you. With version 1.52, which has not been scheduled yet, both ETS2 and ATS will get a driving academy, a complete new module with scenarios that will help you learn a bit about truck driving. This update will come for free and has a set of scenarios that will put you up against some challenges in driving these trailered monsters, like driving in complicated situations to one of the things I always mess up, which is parking with a trailer, especially in reverse. It will have a replay feature so you can either rejoice in your successes or find out where you messed up royally. The first iteration of this is a test. If enough of us like it and consider it an interesting update, they'll continue publishing scenarios. Great thinking from SCS, I must say. I don't have much time for the truck simulators, sadly, but it's great to see how SCS are making their sims better and more fun every time. The images they have released sure look enticing, but as I said, I'm a fan anyway, so I am biased. Here it is, the newest release of Le Mans Ultimate we already talked about last week comes, of course, with an update and a hotfix shortly afterwards. As we said, it brings the co-op mode, the opportunity to save your race mid-race at any pit stop, and some other features. Go and watch our video from last week if you're especially interested in the extensive list. What Studio 397 also have done has been fixing the memory handling in the code to reduce crashes of the game, done a ton of AI improvements, including some that crash the game and some small UI corrections. In the physics department, they changed the behavior of ABS so it does not outperform any of us in braking, changed the behavior when the battery empties or is full again, so the contrast between driving with battery on or off is not that strong, and fixed virtual energy estimates, though why they list this last one as a physics improvement is something I don't understand. They've done some minor changes to the graphics, some improvements to the UI, but the most important thing is you can start trying out VR in the sim. You will have to manually add plus VR in the launch options to be able to use your set, but the HUD and UI should work on VR and you should be able to race on VR. Now, to be clear and fair to the devs, this is not an official VR release. They are not ready yet. You can have all kinds of issues when using VR. It's not finished and it's only there so you can test it if you are brave enough. Moving on, there have been lots of corrections with regards to tracks, the most important one being a correction of the curbs in Acqua Minerale at Imola and an update on rolling starts there, and adjustments of track limits at Mulsanne in Le Mans, and of course the release of Circuit of the Americas as DLC content. The force feedback has been equalized along all GTE when it comes to its strength, some changes to the balance of performance have been done there too, and the physics in the Lamborghini SC63 LMDH were updated after the developers got new physics data from the company. You'll find the details of the update as always following the link in our description.